In this episode of BNB, we got cinnamon, we got sugar, we got cinnamon sugar, and we got this guy, Elysian Brewing, the Great Pumpkin Ale. And we're going to experiment with all kinds of different ways of drinking it. Coming up. Every year, something new, something unexpected, and something to be grateful for will be thrown at us. And one thing's for sure, your boys the beer swipers are ever grateful to you. Our brew brothers and sisters, we wish you a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Welcome to another episode of BNB. Here's the beer, here's the Basa, let's get into it. That's right, just as you all saw, today's beer is by Elysian Brewing Company. It is an Imperial Pumpkin Ale, the Great Pumpkin. This isn't just any Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Apparently this is the world's first Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Now looking at the label, on the side it reads Imperial Pumpkin Ale. The Great Pumpkin is the world's first Imperial Pumpkin Ale. It's packed with pumpkin and roasted pumpkin seeds and spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. Pour carefully. Great Pumpkin is unfiltered and may contain sediment. A brew house. Elysian Brewing Co. operates 5 neighborhood locations in the city of Seattle, including brew pubs, a tap room, and a production brewery. Known for innovative and classic styles, Elysian has brewed over 500 recipes since opening in 1996 and has won Large Brew Pub of the Year 3 times at the Great American Beer Festival. Well, that's pretty impressive. What else can I say about this? Well, it has an alcohol by volume of 8.4%. I've seen it in other places on the internet where it doesn't read as high, and in some places it reads even higher. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just can tell you what it says on this one. Now, this one right over here has been cellared for a year. Now, what I mean by cellared, what I really mean is I bought it, I put it somewhere, and I forgot to drink it for an entire year. So, it works out perfect. I'm drinking it with you guys. I'll let you know how it tastes. Pretty excited. On a side note, I think that it's going to be a little bit more mellow than what is traditional. I do believe that the higher alcohol percent by volume has retained a lot of the good qualities of the beer. Now, I went online to find out a little bit more about this beer, and here's what I found. And it reads, the Great Pumpkin Ale, an Imperial Pumpkin Ale, was the silver medalist at the 2007 Great American Beer Festival in the fruit and vegetable category, and was also the world's first Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Brewed with pale Munich, Cara Hell, Cara Vienne, Cara Munich, and crisp 45-degree latitude crystal malts. Roasted pumpkin seeds in the mash and extra pumpkin added in the mash. Kettle and fermenter, spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. Pretty interesting. Well, that's about everything that I want to read about it. Well, why don't we just get into trying the damn thing, right? Let's get into it. Bottle, the opener, proper glassware, always. All right, well, let's get into the pour. Now, as you can see, the beer is kind of clear, but as it gets more full, it gets a little bit more dark, as if you can't see quite through it. Now, initially while I'm pouring a little bit more delicately, and as you can see, I spilled a little bit, trying to be a little bit more vigorous, trying to get a little bit more of a head going on. As you know, the beer swipers really enjoy their head. Prior to color correction, I could see on this little LCD monitor that it's looking very, very orange. On my end, it's way more copper. There isn't much head left on it, just a little lacing going around. And now, let's move into smelling it. Now, in terms of smell, wow, it really does have that spice smell aroma in there. The nutmeg, the cinnamon, the clove, the allspice, it's all there. It's very, very enjoyable. There is pumpkin as well, naturally. Something that I can mention is Moreover, the alcohol by volume is fairly high. On this bottle it reads 8.4%. I don't really smell it over here. Very interesting. All right, well, let's get to trying it. Wow. Very nice, very smooth. Let's go for a second sip. That second sip definitely helped. Upon smaller sips, the body seems lighter. Upon larger sips, the body is not huge, but it becomes moderate, like medium. So the beer plays within this range of light to medium. That's your base. It's kind of this bready, malty, a little bit bitter base. On top of it, one second, excuse me, I'll get to the carbonation in a moment. It's fairly interesting. On top of that, there is a layer of pumpkin. It is rather subtle compared to what is the upfront and what you are really tasting in this beer, which is the spices, the nutmeg, the clove, particularly the clove for me at least, the cinnamon. It's sweet. It has this nice maltiness to it. Not particularly hoppy. You're not going to get that here, but it is a very nice, sweet, light to medium body, kind of creamy beer. In terms of carbonation, as you may have seen, bubbles do trickle upward. However, carbonation is rather on this moderate to lower end. You don't feel it on the tongue initially. It is upon after taking a sip, talking a little bit, that all of a sudden you belch. Now, in my opinion, this Imperial Pumpkin Ale by Elysian, the Great Pumpkin, is very good. I'm really enjoying it. For those hopheads, this is not what you're looking for. But for those people that are looking for a sweeter, more light to medium body, malty, pumpkin, all the spices that come along with pumpkin, this is pretty cool. And I have to say, for being the very first one to do it, they did damn well. They really did manage to set that bar. There are other pumpkin beers, and we are definitely going to get to them. But now, the question goes, are there other ways of drinking this? Yes, there are. However, this is the end of this episode. See, while I was making this episode, I really didn't think that I'd still be here talking about this beer. But a true testament to a good beer is that you will always have something to say about it. So this is where this episode ends. There will be a part 2 coming up in a few more days. Guys, if you tried this beer, let me know what you think. Let us know how you like to enjoy this beer. Over here is our social media. Right over here are other videos that you can check out. Over here is our subscription. If you liked it, please cheers us by smashing that like button and subscribing. Guys, the second part of this BNB episode coming out in a few more days. Happy Thanksgiving and talk soon.